Welcome to the Cultivation Podcast. I'm your host, Tom Hamill, and this season we are talking all about words to live by. So things we need to implement into our lives or things we need to remove from our lives. And today's word is commitment. I have my little cheat card here because I'm going to give you that definition. So let's get into it. So as we are talking about words to live by, the first thing I want to tell you is that words are important. Words are powerful. There was this old saying when I was growing up, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And the truth of the matter is that is the biggest lie on the planet, because while it's true sticks and stones may break my bones heal. Sometimes my soul doesn't from the words that I heard, either from parents or friends or neighbors or anything like that. And we just take that on. And one of our words this season will be identity. So make sure you continue to listen and grab all of them as we are unpacking some really powerful things and words to live by. Today's word that we want to talk about is the word commitment. Now, I don't know what you think about or what is provoked in you when you hear the word commitment. Maybe you're thinking about like a marriage, you're just committed to marriage. Maybe you're thinking about a mental health hospital, committed to the hospital, right? That sort of thing, wherever you're at on that spectrum of where you view this word, I want to talk about how we can implement this idea, this mindset of commitment. So let's see what Webster has to say. Webster's dictionary says this: commitment is an agreement or pledge to do something in the future, right? An agreement or a pledge to do something in the future. So when we think about commitment, we have to understand that for us to be committed to something means we have decided this will be a non-negotiable in our lives, right? That's really what it means. Is I've made an agreement first and foremost with ourselves, with myself, with Tom. I have made this commitment. Anything else beyond that really falls into this gray area as a negotiable. But to truly live a committed life means I've already made the decision. Now the outcome or now the behavior is a non-negotiable. And this is true with things that we're going to remove from our life or things that we're going to add to our life. That we never truly implement those things until we first and foremost commit to ourselves that this is who I'm going to be. This is how I'm going to behave. This is how I'm going to live. And so I'm committing to myself. And honestly, if we're being truly honest with ourselves, where we fall into depression or where we fall into that funk, where we fall into kind of this self-hating part is where we break commitments to ourselves, right? We don't follow the commitment that we said, hey, I'm not going to go down that road anymore. I'm not going to have those kinds of relationships anymore. And then we break that commitment to ourselves. And our biggest disappointments aren't even when we've disappointed other people. They're not even when we've broken commitments with others. Our biggest disappointments and regrets are those broken commitments we've made to and with ourselves. And so as a result of that, it just distracted me. I set my timer for hours instead of minutes. Trust me, you don't want to listen to me for hours. So we're going to make sure we respect your time and only go minutes on this podcast, but technical glitches on my part. Why did I tell you that? Because I'm committed to living an authentic and transparent life, and I have flaws. And if you're just listening and you're not watching, you didn't even see me look away from the camera to see what I had done, that the timer's going really slow. But I think we're about 5 minutes in, and we'll be sure to end on time. I'm committed to ending on time for your sake and for mine. So here we are. Commitment is first and foremost made to ourselves. Not that we don't make commitments to other people, not that we don't commit to getting things done and timelines and deadlines and all of those things, but we have to understand and own what is it I need to commit to myself? So here we are. We're in the winter, about to get into the spring of the year. At least that's the time of this debut, or however you say, the releasing of this episode, that sort of thing. That's the time of year that we're in. What new commitments do you need to make to yourself today that you're going to live differently, that you're going to behave differently? Because if you commit to doing something different, the outcomes in your life will be different. And many times, the reason the outcomes in our life continue to be the same is because we haven't made that first and foremost self-commitment to, I'm going to eat different, I'm going to exercise different, I'm going to spend or save differently, I'm going to speak or talk differently, either to or about others, I'm going to think differently, I'm going to, right? We have to make that commitment to ourselves first. Available today, my book, The Life You're Meant to Lead. It's finally here. It's finally available. You can get it from Amazon. You can get it from our website, ourcultivatedlives.com. We got it in the tree version. We got it in the e-version. We got it in the audio version where I read the book by the author, The Life You're Meant to Lead, a powerful tool. Pick up your copy today. Now, let's talk about the word commitment when it comes to others. We've probably all, because we're humans, have been on the receiving end of broken commitments. Someone committed to a deadline, someone committed to getting something done, and they just didn't come through. How do we respond to that? How do we behave to that? How do we react to that? What we have to decide first and foremost is that before someone has a chance to fulfill or break a commitment to us, we have to predetermine, or we have to pre-commit to ourselves, this is how I'm going to choose to be in any and all circumstances. So many times what we do is we allow situations and circumstance to alter either our mindset or our behavior or our actions or our attitude. And we need to live a committed life. An agreement, let's go back to our definition, an agreement or pledge to do something in the future. Here's what I'm no fortune teller. I'm not a psychic, but here's what I can tell you about your future. In your future, either today or tomorrow or this week or this month or this year, you will suffer disappointment. You will experience disappointment, either in yourself or in others or in situations. Doesn't matter what it is. Something is not going to go according to plan. It is the guarantee of life, and it's in your future. So knowing that disappointment will be in your future, and listen, I'm not a negative guy. I'm a pretty positive guy about life. I embrace life. I'm choosing to live life to its fullest. I'm choosing to live the adventurous life, right? I'm a pretty positive person, but the reason I'm able to stay positive, the reason I'm encouraging you to stay positive through those things is that because I know in my future there will be disappointments. Things won't happen according to plan. My hopes and dreams might miss their target or miss their mark, that sort of thing. But I have committed to myself that when that future disappointment comes, I know how I'm going to behave. I know how I'm going to react. I know how I'm going to choose to get through and get over and get by those obstacles and those disappointments. I'm committed to living in that mindset, right? And so that's the commitment that I am making to myself and to others. As a result of that, for the most part, people like to be around me. There are some who don't. I get it. And I know that. I'm pretty self-aware that my positivity, my energy, my sarcasm can be a little obnoxious to people. I can be a little much. I get that. And for those of you that know me, that whether you're watching or listening, you're like, yep, he can be. I can be a little crazy. I can be a little shocking, some of the things that I say, because I'm like, hey, we're living on the edge, the Aerosmith song, right? We're going to live it. We're going to live it to its fullest because I'm committed that whatever comes my way, whatever disappointments, whatever frustrations, whatever things in relationships or job or the stock market or the housing market or politics or whatever big or small thing you want to put in there, I'm committed to the future of this mindset of who I am, who I'm going to be, my emotions, my habits, all of these kinds of areas. And so today, what I really want to tell you about is Where are you breaking commitments to yourself or to others? Because the more broken commitments, the more flaws we see about ourselves. And so today, I'm asking you to hit the reset button. I know that this is not necessarily January 1st. There's nothing magical about January 1st, but it is a mindset of a fresh start. So imagine that today is January 1st. It's New Year's. It's a new day. It's a new you where you can decide to make a fresh commitment, either to yourself or to others. So how do you want to do that? Let me give you a couple of tools on living the committed life. First and foremost, I would say write it down. Write it down. Whatever commitment, and don't try to write out every commitment that you need to change. Just do one and work on that. Make sure you master that. Make sure you implement that, and then go to the next one. So again, whether that is your physical commitment that, hey, I'm going to do things physically different, exercise routine, gym routine, or healthy habits. One of my favorite ones is not even a sexy one. It's not even hard. It's not even going to bulk me up, but I just go on walks most every night with my wife. We just walk and talk, and we get like a 2-mile walk in. I know that that's not going to turn me into Arnold, but it is healthy movement. It's healthy motion, right? So, hey, I'm committed to having healthy motion in my life on a consistent basis. And you can decide your consistency every day, 3 times a week, 2 times a week, right? Whatever it is, you go, okay, I'm hitting the reset button. Whether it's the food that you're putting in your mouth, maybe it's the words that are coming out of your mouth, which can be just as toxic or more toxic than the food you're putting into your mouth. But you say, hey, I'm making a commitment right now to no longer say this word, either about myself or about others, whatever that case is. You decide. I'm asking you, I'm challenging you, think of one area in your life where you can make a fresh, brand new commitment today. Write it down. Follow that journey. Be intentional about that commitment. Feed that commitment. Either remove distractions or temptations, or set up reinforcements. Set up, whether it's the music that you're listening to, the shows that you're watching, the books that you're reading. Go, I'm going to shift those because I'm going to feed my mind with this fresh commitment. And it's amazing how when we set the commitment, we write the commitment, then we fuel or feed the commitment, how effective and powerful that transformation will be. And again, I'm just encouraging you, challenging you, one area that you can be committed in, one area where you can change and hit the reset button on. I know this might seem like a weird day to do it, whether you're listening to this on a Tuesday, that's usually when our shows drop, or whether you're catching this later and this is some random Saturday or whatever, you're driving in the car right now, whatever it is that you're doing right now can be your moment to decide. You get to hit the reset button, and you're going to center, and you're going to focus, and you're going to be committed in this one thing. Hey, I am so proud of you. I'm so impressed with you being courageous enough to live a committed life in that one area. I would just ask, would you mind sending me a message on what area that is? It's a little bit of an accountability. It's a little bit of a risk. I know it. I understand it. But listen, if you send me those messages either in the chat line or the comments or a private message, I read those, I respond to those, and I'd love to hear them. I'm committed to reading them and journeying with you. Also, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of our content that we're sending. We've got some major things that are coming. You're going to keep hearing me tease you about that until I can actually tell you what it is that we're doing, but it is massive. It is massive. I'm committed to investing and adding more value to your life every single time we get a chance to be together. And finally, I would absolutely love and be honored if you would hit the share button. Share this with your friends, your family, your circle of people, as we want to add value to as many people as possible. We want to add their value. We want to get them to commit to areas of change and transformation in their life as we're cultivating the life we're meant to lead. That's the name of my new book. Boom, get it. Check it out on our website, ourcultivatedlives.com. That's where you can get all of our resources, but I'm pumped about our book. You can get it in a tree book. That's an actual paper book like this, right? Physical book. You can get it in an ebook for your Kindle, your iPad, whatever electronic that you do. And then there's also the Audible book. If you're not tired of hearing my voice, I read the book to you. So those 3 things. You can get all of them. You can get one of them, whatever the case is. But you can get that right now on our website, ourcultivatedlives.com. Thanks for journeying with us. Can't wait to be with you again. Thanks for checking us out today. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on all the incredible content we have coming out. Also, we'd love to hear from you in the comments section. We read those, we respond to those as we journey together in the cultivated life.